guess I didn't see. What are you looking so sad about, Jam?
Man, I'm surprised at you. I mean, I'm really insulted. I mean, that's not right what you just said.
What do you mean? What I just said?
I'm getting a drink of water. I'm late getting home, but you talk. I said something about the greatest heavyweight champ, man. I'm a hometown man, and you talk about Joe Louis, man. Joe Louis wouldn't be nothing for me. Joe, I tell you, Joe, do you think you would have stood a chance with me?
Well, Clay, one time during my career, I went on a Bomb of the Month tour.
Bomb of the month. I would have been a bomb compared to you.
Well, you've been on the tour.
What's happening, my people? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon. The family. That's right. You know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian, bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. Miss Cass, the legendary Thomas Hill. Salute to everyone and welcome to another episode of Cass Sports, the Boxtorian. Today, the fastest fighters in boxing history. The fastest boxers in history. Oh, I got the wrong title up there, I'm sorry. But that was yesterday. Today is the fastest boxers in history, trust me. But as the family today, we're going to talk about some of the fastest fighters in boxing history today, okay? Like the man on the screen, Muhammad Ali, heavyweight. He had the speed of a middleweight, okay? Floyd Mayweather Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard. We're going to talk about some active fighters too. like that hand speed up King Ryan Garcia. Mike Mazik. What's up, Mike Mazik? But yeah, the fastest boxers in history. We're gonna continue the countries boxing in different countries next week. I didn't get it prepared in time for today, but still got a good one. But for the highlights of boxing history today, we are down to the lightweight division. We're going to look at the top 10 active fighters currently at 135. So the highlight of boxing history. Okay, we're going to start out today with the top 10 currently active fighters in the 135-pound division. Of course, there's number one on the screen, that monster from Baltimore. What's up, Defiant Irony 1 in the building? Salute. Defiant Irony 1. Salute. Okay, let's look at a little quick history of the lightweight division before we get into these active top 10 at lightweight. Let's look at a little quick history of the lightweight division. Now, the beginning of the lightweight division can be traced back to 1738, when introduced by the father of English boxing, Jack Broughton. Any fighter weighing less than 160 pounds was considered a lightweight. 160 pounds back then. Any fighter lower than 160 was a lightweight. After that, it was modified by the ABA as 10 stone, that's 140, in 1889, okay? It was finally established at the present weight limit of 135 by the NSC, the National Sporting Club over there in London in 1909. Now, the world's first lightweight champion could have been Englishman John Monahan in 1850. The WBA was the first of the modern sanctioning bodies to give the belt to Carlos Ortiz after he beat Joe Brown in 1962. The WBC, which sanctioned his contest against Doug Valiant 1 year later as their inaugural World Lightweight Championship fight. But still, Carlos Ortiz was the first champion for the WBA and WBC, but from different fights, okay? The IBF followed suit with their own champion in 1984, with the WBO following in 1989. The longest title reign of the modern era at 135 is held by Panamanian boxer, the Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran, with 12 title defenses. If you discount Arthur Gregorian's light regarded WBO run of 17 defenses. Yeah, we're going to disregard Arthur Gregorian's lightly regarded WBO run. And Roberto Duran has the longest reign at 12. Okay. Some notable lightweight champions throughout history include Jack McAuliffe, Benny Leonard, Joe Gans, Ike Williams, Carlos Ortiz, Roberto Duran, Hector Camacho, Arthur Gregorian, Julio Cesar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker, Juan Manuel Marquez, Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley, Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. All those men were champions at lightweight at one time or another. So now let's look at the top 10 currently. This is the Cash Sports current top 10 at lightweight, active fighters. Okay. There we go. Okay, number one, Gervonta Davis. Just a little brief write-up on him. I ain't gonna bore y'all, I promise. Okay, number one though is Gervonta Davis, that monster from Baltimore. Today is Thursday, right? I can't find my notes. Oh, there they go. Right. Thursday, July 17th. Number 1, Gervonta Tank Davis. With a record of 30 wins and no losses, 1 draw, and 28 knockouts. With a knockout to win ratio of 93.3%. Tank is a powerful and popular fighter, currently holding the WBA lightweight title. Gervonta Tank Davis, that monster from Baltimore, number 1 at 135. Okay. Number 2, Slick Shakur Stevenson. Shakur don't have a nickname, so I gave him one. Slick Shakur Stevenson. A skilled boxer with a record of 24 wins, no losses, 11 knockouts. Stevenson is known for his speed and defensive abilities, currently holding the WBC title at 135. Slick Shakur Stevenson. Number 3, Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason is a highly talented young fighter known for his hand speed, accuracy, and counterpunching ability. Currently 19 wins, no losses, 17 knockouts, 89.4% knockout ratio. And Abdullah Mason's next fight will be his first title opportunity. I forgot who it was against. But yeah, his next fight will be his first major title shot. I think he'll get it. Number 4, Danger, Raymond Muratalla. Number 4, Raymond Danger Muratalla. Holding a record of 23 wins and no losses, 17 knockouts, Muratalla is the current IBF lightweight champion. And there's Crush the Legend in the building, 6:30, Monday through Friday. One of the best shows on YouTube. Okay? You get real, honest boxing talk over there, facts. Salute, Crush. Okay, yeah, we're looking at the top 10 at 135 right now. Man, I wrote down Raymond Muratalla. I would have been writing Crush the Legend. I was on Raymond, but salute Crush the Legend in the building. Okay, Raymond was number 4. Number 5, Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis comes in at number 5. I think he's one of the current top 5 lightweights. Keyshawn Davis, holding a record of 13 wins, no losses, with 9 knockouts. Keyshawn is considered one of the rising stars of boxing and a potential future face of the sport. I said potential now. You continue what he just went through with his last fight. He won't be no face of anything, that situation he just went through. But potential future face of the sport if he gets it back together. And we're going to give him a pass. Give him a chance to get it back together, Keyshawn. But number 5, number 6, Andy Cruz comes in at number 6 at 135. Andy Cruz. Cruz is a highly skilled Cuban boxer. He entered the professional ranks late, but is on the fast track to championship status. Andy just 6-0 with 3 knockouts. They got him on the fast track. Probably won't be too long before he be getting his first title shot. They talking about him in danger, Raymond Muratalla. Is that official? I know they was talking about him and Muratalla, but I don't know if the fight is actually made yet. But they were talking about that. Number 7, William Zepeda comes in at 7. Just suffered his first loss this past weekend to Slick Shakur Stevenson. Now Zepeda recently lost his first title shot, but he's still a strong contender in the lightweight division. 33 wins, 1 loss, 27 knockouts, 81.8% knockouts to win ratio. Number 8 is the Ghost. Now, I think he's at 140, but he hasn't fought at 140 yet, but so he's still at 135 on my list. The Ghost, Frank Martin. Until you fight in the other division, you're still at the previous division. So Frank's still at 135, but he's on his way to 140. His next fight will likely be at 140. Now, Martin is a notable contender in the division, known for its exciting and explosive fighting style. Frank Martin. Oh my goodness, I don't have Frank's record. I gotta get it. I got everybody else. Damn, should I do that, man? I'm a perfect. I got that right now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, box break real quick. It don't take but a second, y'all know. Now, back in the 80s or something, you might have had to wait till he's 40 again to get his record. But nowadays, it's just as fast as you can type. Frank Martin box rec, and you'll have it, right? Yeah, back in the 80s, you might have to wait months to get his record. Seriously. Tell him, Crush. We didn't have no Google or nothing like that. You had to wait for the news the next day or the television news at night or all kinds of stuff. Man. Nowadays, something happening, people talking about it as it's happening. But here we go, Frank Martin box rec. I'm just trying to get the Ghost record. I had everybody else's right. I'm sorry. Goodness. Right. There it is. Currently, oh, please. Okay. 18 wins, 1 loss, 12 knockouts for the Ghost. Okay, there we go. And Frank was number 8. 2 more to go. Then we're going to talk about some of these fastest fighters in boxing history. Okay. As advertised. Now I'm trying to get the chat back up. Oh my goodness. I should have just said forget the record. There we go. Did anybody come in? Mike Rim came in. What's up, Mike Rim? Yeah, we're talking about the 135 division today, Mike, for the top 10, and then we're going to talk about some of the fastest boxers in history. I didn't get the Algeria ready boxing around the world. So, yeah, we will pick that up next week. But what's up, Mike Rim? Number 9 is Floyd Schofield. Floyd Schofield, number 9. Okay. Floyd, in spite of his crazy father, Mama Schofield. Okay. Now, Floyd Schofield holds a record of 19-0 with 13 knockouts. He's another undefeated rising contender in the lightweight division. And rounding out the top 10, I can never get this man's name right, even when I hear other people pronounce it. You know, Dennis, the guy from Ukraine, Marinke, something like that. Y'all know who I'm talking about, though. Dennis. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in there. Keyshawn just knocked him out in his last fight. Yeah. All right. Okay. He's number 10. He's a Ukrainian boxer and former lightweight champion. He is an aggressive pressure fighter who can switch it. 19 wins, 1 loss, 9 knockouts for Dennis. Okay. So now let's talk about some of these some of the fastest boxers in history. Okay. Some of the fastest boxers in history. And then we're going to look at the best boxer in each weight class today, too. Again. Okay. There we go. I got to keep my tablet on the charge until I get ready, because that thing just go from 100 down to 0 fast. You know, for the charge, man, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. You can watch it go and see it going down. You know, like a car, like a big old gas guzzling car, you can watch the gas hand moving toward E. Yeah, this charge is like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, some of the fastest boxers in history today. That's what we're gonna cover. Okay. Yeah. I don't have too many pictures today because I was planning on the boxing in the States. This is like a last minute thing, but it's good though. I promise you it's good. Okay. Now, throughout history, we have seen boxers show different styles, right? Every boxer has unique abilities that combine to give them a specific aura. There have been many fighters who have demonstrated great hand and foot speed in their times. So these boxers we're going to talk about today have used their speed advantage to outsmart and outwork their opponents. And they made great champions and cemented their legacies as some of the best to ever step into the squared circle. Okay? Just some random pictures, that's all. But the first one is Floyd Money Mayweather. Well, Floyd Pretty Boy / Money Mayweather Jr. Okay? That's the first. We're talking about some of the fastest boxers to ever step in there. Floyd is definitely one of them. Hand and foot, you know? Yeah, when you're talking about speed, you got to include Floyd. No matter what he does outside the ring. We're talking about inside the ring. We ain't talking about what outside. Okay, but anyway, what is there to say about this man? One of the greatest boxers of all time. Floyd is top 3 on any best of list. Any ATG all-time great list. Top 5. Definitely top 10. But the 50-0 record legend is renowned for his tremendous speed in every aspect possible. His elusive Philly shell defense allowed him to become one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time. And Floyd had a technical approach to boxing, supplemented by his impeccable jab. His speed was fundamental to his success. After years of speculation, he finally faced off against another name on this list, Manny Pacquiao, right? And he proved his worth against one of the most gifted speedsters of all time and worked his way to a solid decision victory over Pacquiao, who's fighting Saturday, by the way. I think that's ridiculous, man. But anyway, that's another Cast Sports show. After we see what happens Saturday. Now, Floyd retired with a perfect record and rightfully became one of the trademarks of the sweet science. But I'm telling y'all, Manny wins Saturday. Get ready. He's going to be the best thing since the invention of the automobile, the space shuttle, sliced bread. Manny going to be better invention than all of them if he win this fight Saturday. Get ready. So that's why Barrios got to do it. I'm thinking about sending Barrios some PEDs. Anybody got Victor Conte's phone number? So I can put him and Barrios together? Because Manny that's definitely going to be hopped up to the gills. Manny was using PEDs in his 20s. He damn near 50. You know he's going to be using them Saturday. So yeah, I'm trying to put Barrios and Victor Conte together because Barrios can't go in. He got to have some help going in there, man. So, you know, Manny is. But anyway, next is Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard. There's the drunk Irishman in the building. What's up, bro? We talking about some fast boxers today. Just had Floyd, now Sugar Ray Leonard. We're just gonna talk a little bit about them, their speed. We got some active boxers on this list too. Ryan Garcia made it. Whatever you think about it, the man has some fast hands. Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray was one of the best fighters to ever step into the squared circle. He fought in a time when the middleweight division, wait a minute now. He fought in a time of the 4 Kings, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns, and Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard, right? And the most impressive thing about it is that Sugar Ray beat all of them. He's the only one that beat all of the other ones, right? He fought in total wars against Hearns and Duran in some of the best fights of all time. He went over Hagler was controversial, but Sugar Ray will undoubtedly go down in history as an incredible Hall of Famer. And he has. Leonard shined in a career fought while there were still fights that lasted 15 rounds. Okay, Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the famed Four Kings, in the most Four Kings fights too, in the first and last Four King fight against Roberto Duran, the Hands of Stone. Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. Talking about some of the fastest boxers of all time. Roy Jones Jr. Now, besides Floyd and Ali, Roy Jones Jr. is one of the best and fastest boxers of all time. He dominated the pound-for-pound rankings for years. Jones ran through weight divisions as if he were fighting sparring partners. Somehow, stepping into a higher weight class never seemed a problem for Roy Jones. And he was not only fast, but he also showed great power. He possessed immaculate speed. He demonstrated this through perfect reflexes, switching angles, and outsmarting his opponents. Jones found the ideal midway between speed and power, offense and defense. After a highly successful career in the unpaid ranks, amateurs, Jones quickly turned pro. He was an excellent fighter, and the rest is history. And Roy Jones is truly one of the iconic speedsters of all time. Roy Jones Jr. Okay, talking about some of the fastest boxers of all time. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. One of the greatest boxers of all time was also one of the rare heavyweights with blistering speed, hand and foot. Ali was far from an ordinary heavyweight. He relied on his lightning-fast jab, incredible head movement, and agile footwork to outclass his opponents. His fighting style was still unknown at the time. Most boxing fans were used more to the powerhouse fighters. The typical George Foreman type of heavyweights were common. These fighters possessed just one-punch knockout power. Heavyweight fights were slow, far from technical, and never usually lasted long. In part, Ali became a legend because of his unique style. His fights against Sonny Liston and Foreman were textbook examples of a clash between styles. Ali faced more powerful and bigger opponents. He had to rely on his speed to beat them, and that's precisely what he did. That is why he goes down in history as one of the best to set foot in that squared circle. Muhammad Ali. Iron Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson. The Tavern. What's up? Haven't seen you in a while. What's up? The Tavern. Okay. Salute. Big time boxing, man, right there. The Tavern. Good to see you today. Okay. We're talking about some of the fastest boxers in history, the Tavern, today. Iron Mike Tyson. He makes it. Yeah. Iron Mike Tyson. You might say, oh, he was power, but he was power, speed and power. Mike Tyson. Yes, he was. Okay, be with me for a moment. I don't have too many images today, but I don't even know where I'm at. There we go. We talked about Iron Mike Tyson right there. Okay. Now, when people think of Mike Tyson, the first thing that comes to mind is his knockout power. And rightfully so. Because Mike used to make his opponents hurt so much that they quit on their stool sometimes. But one of the most underrated talents was Mike's speed. Speed kills. And Mike was the perfect manifestation of this. A man who idolized Ali drew inspiration from his idol's approach to boxing. Under the guidance of the legendary Cus D'Amato, Tyson perfected the peekaboo boxing style. This style allowed him to slip past his opponent's punches and counter with quick and accurate combinations. Mike had blistering hand speed and great power. He utilized head movement and swift footwork to set up his punches. And to further confuse his opponents, Tyson also delivered a variety of combinations to the head and the body. His combined strength made him one of the most ferocious heavyweights of all time. Iron Mike Tyson. A lot of people don't equate Tyson with speed when you're talking about him, but yes, that's probably one of the most underrated parts of Mike Tyson's game was his speed, hand and foot. Okay. Use the speed to get up inside on him, because Mike was small, short reach. So he had to get a way to get in there and unleash those powerful punches. He used his hand speed and foot speed. And when he got inside, it was all over. But he couldn't get past Buster Douglas or Evander Holyfield. But Zab Judah, Zabdiel Judah. That's his name, Zabdiel. My name is Zabdiel. I would call myself Zab too. But Zab Judah proved to be one of the most elusive fighters during his career from 1996 to 2019. Yes, 23 years, right? Zab was a precise, clever boxer who boasted a different level of speed than fans were used to. I think Zab was actually faster than Floyd. Zab was probably the first one Floyd was in there against that actually was faster than him, remember? Now, Zab shone during a time when the lighter weight divisions were overwhelmed with talented fighters. 90s, early 2000s, the lighter weight divisions was on fire then. Oscar, Floyd, Manny. We had Juan Manuel Marquez coming through around that time. Barrera, Morales. Yeah, the lighter weight divisions were on fire around that time. Now, like most of the other successful boxers on this list, Zab had a very successful amateur career. His speed was phenomenal and was best displayed in his fight against Floyd Mayweather. It was an ultimate case of speed versus speed, resulting in a grueling 12-round contest. Now, although Zab did not get the result, he still proved himself to be one of the greatest speedsters. He will go down in history as a ferocious finisher with a lot of heart and lightning quick hands. Zab Judah. Yeah, I really believe that Zab was the first man to be in there with Floyd that was faster than Floyd. First man Floyd went up against that was faster than him was Zab. BN Boxing News in the building. What's up, BN Boxing News? Where are you, BN Boxing? BN Boxing News could be anywhere in the world right there. He might be in Louisiana, where you live at. He might be in London, might be in the Far East, might be down in Central America. BN Boxing News might be anywhere. But salute BN Boxing News. Good to see you today, bro. Always a pleasure. And I met BN Boxing News in person. Up there to meet and greet, yeah. But salute BN Boxing News. We're talking about some of the fastest punchers in boxing history today. Prince Naseem Hamed makes the list. Yeah, Prince had speed, yeah. Now, Prince Naseem Hamed was a one-of-a-kind fighter. He was flashy, and he fought with his head down, and he had some serious ring entrances too. This requires excellent reflexes and incredible head movement. Now, Prince Naseem had no shortage of these. He moved incredibly, and he could punch from the most difficult angles to catch his opponents, right? And he retired with a record of 36 wins, just 1 loss. That was that last fight where he got the brakes beat off of him. Was it Juan Manuel Marquez, right? I always get Marquez and Barrera mixed up, but I think it was Marquez. Yeah. Prince got up out of there after that fight. Oh, it was Barrera. It was Barrera. His 1 loss was at the hands of Marco Antonio Barrera, right? Now, Prince had a total of 31 knockouts through his career. And his career peaked from 1995 to 2000 when the Prince held multiple featherweight titles. Yeah, those 5 years when he did his best work, 95 to 2000. Amir Khan. Amir was doing okay till he got there with Canelo. And Canelo almost killed him. Had no business up there. Yeah. But Amir Khan was once upon a time the pride of UK boxing. He was an unorthodox fighter. Amir was often compared to the likes of Chris Nassif Amez due to similarities in their style. And because both were renowned speedsters, kind of looked alike a little bit too. Now, the thing that separated Khan from other fighters was that Amir fought everybody. Remember? When politics ruled boxing, Khan took on everyone in his way. I mean, when politics didn't rule boxing, Khan took on everyone in his way, like politics does now, right? But back then, Amir Khan took on everybody. Although he did not always win, he displayed excellent boxing IQ, accompanied by his trademark quick hands. Amir Khan turned pro after a stellar career in the amateur ranks, where he boasted a record of 101 wins and 9 losses. And when he turned pro from 2009 to 2012, Amir Khan was a unified junior welterweight champion. Amir Khan, okay? Another speedster, the Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao. That ain't him, but just some random pictures today. But Manny Pacquiao. Manny used to dart in and out so fast, you had to really be paying attention to see those moves Manny was making in there. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao was a unique, one-of-a-kind fighter. Only a few boxers have had a more iconic career than the Filipino senator. Manny also won titles against the best of the best across 8 different weight classes. 8. And again, Amanda got 7. She's still active. Now, Manny was a notorious speedster. He also had incredible hand speed. Manny utilized his speed for overwhelming Miguel Cotto, Juan Manuel Marquez, Antonio Margarito, and Eric Morales, the 4 kings up to 2000. A multiple-time world champion, Pacquiao cemented his legacy as one of the best ever to step inside the squared circle. His speed was best seen during his offensive masterpieces. He had great footwork and could attack from 360 different angles, switch stances, and move out again within no time. Told you couldn't even see him. Manny was moving so fast. Manny attacked with multiple punch combinations and blistering speed. These attacks were almost impossible to defend. Yeah, almost impossible to defend against Manny, the Pac-Man, Pacquiao. And guess what? I think it's ridiculous. He's fighting Saturday. Come on, Manny, we're supposed to be talking about you as one of the great former iconic all-time greats of the sport. And he's in the Hall of Fame. So what do they do? I think is it 3 years now? I know it was 5, but is it 3 years now you have to wait to get in? Whatever it is, he waited his allotted amount of time. He went in the Hall of Fame. Now he's fighting again. So what do they do? Take him out? How can you be in the Hall of Fame and still fight? Berrios got to win this fight, man. I'm telling you, if Manny wins, they're going to be talking about him like he could beat Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, all in the same night. That's the pedestal they're going to put Manny on, man. I told y'all I'm trying to put Berrios in touch with Victor Conte. Because you know Manny gonna be loaded with PEDs. He was using them in his 20s, he damn near 50. You know he gonna be using them. Come on, man. Keep it 100. Manny gonna have so many PEDs in him when he's probably gonna have every PED known to mankind in himself. And y'all know it. So Berrios need to get with the program and get him some PEDs in him too. You know, even the playing field. But Sugar Shane Mosley, right? Some of the fastest fighters of all time. Sugar Shane Mosley is another lightweight / welterweight, right? That must be mentioned when talking about the fastest fighters of all time. Like most successful fighters, Sugar Shane had a stellar amateur career. Now, Sugar Shane boasted a magnificent amateur record of 250 wins and 16 losses, right? And turned pro at age 21. Sugar Shane is rightfully a Hall of Famer. He had the perfect combination of speed and power. His superior speed can be seen throughout his fights, particularly how he dominated Mexican fighter Antonio Margarito. He beat the brakes off Margarito. That's when Margarito was cheating too. So we're saying, like, put something else in them hand wraps. You're gonna need more than that against me. He beat the brakes off Margarito, man. Yes, he did. Sugar Shane's amazing foot and hand speed carried him throughout his career. Topped off with an iron chin, Sugar Shane Mosley was one of the greatest well-rounded fighters. Step into that squared circle. Okay, we go back a ways. Technique. Technique. You got a point there. Technique says the fastest boxer of all time is Willie Pep. Did we talk about him? Was it yesterday? No, it was Tuesday, I think. We talked about Willie Pep. Yeah, we talked about the Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler series. Yeah, Willie Pep he's on here too. Technique. We're gonna get to Willie, but salute Technique. Good to see you today. We're talking about some of the fastest fighters of all time. Yeah, we're going to get to Willie, but great point, Technique. Floyd Patterson is next. Floyd Patterson. Now, Floyd Patterson won the gold medal at the 1952 Olympic Games. The Brooklyn native was one of the fastest heavyweights of all time. Yes, he was, Floyd Patterson. The man had a stellar amateur record after working with the legendary master of the peekaboo style, Cus D'Amato. I think he started that peekaboo style with Floyd Patterson, that one the Tyson used. Yeah, I think Cus started that with Floyd. Well, the most well-known fighter, because Cus was way back. I'm sure he had peekaboo on some people before Floyd, but Floyd was the first well-known fighter that I heard about the peekaboo with anyway, right? Now, here is the catch. Though Floyd won it as a middleweight, he moved up to heavyweight he won the gold medal as a middleweight, but he moved up to heavyweight as a pro and became the first fighter to hold a heavyweight title twice. Yep, that was Floyd Patterson. Weighing about 185 pounds, Patterson had to find ways to compensate for his lack of size. Floyd was undoubtedly unconventional, but his unique style and speed allowed him to become one of the best heavyweights ever. Floyd relied on his incredible hand speed and great defense to outsmart his opponents. He was rightfully inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1991. Floyd Patterson, yeah. Okay. How about Sugar Ray Robinson? Sugar Ray Robinson. Talking about speed. Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, Sugar Ray was so much more than just a great boxer. He possessed great skill and was an overall well-balanced fighter. But you have to give him credit for his speed. Sugar Ray was an icon and an inspiration for money in a time when there was little hope. He had an incredible career, boasting 201 fights and winning 174 of them. If you want to understand how great Sugar Ray Robinson was, note how Ali described him as the king. the master, my idol. No best fighter of all time list could ever be complete without referring to this legendary fighter somewhere on it. Besides his perfect technique and ability to move around flawlessly, Sugar Ray was one of the fastest fighters to ever step into the ring. Sugar Ray Robinson. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. Now, let me put another picture up there. I don't have pictures of the fighters today, but yeah. Who is that? Oh, that's Felix Trinidad and somebody. Felix get ready to come around with the left, but the guy's well covered up. He got the head and body covered. Look at that, man. He must, that guy Felix get ready to hit must have a nice reach. Is that Winky right? Because Winky could have covered the head. That is Winky. Yeah, remember I told y'all Winky could cover the head and body at the same time. His reach was so long. Look at that. Perfect example of it. He got the head and body covered. Yeah, that's Winky. So Felix might try to go around to the kidney, but Winky gonna slide that right arm out, elbow out, and block that. Yeah, Winky gonna bring that right elbow out and block that. Yeah, okay. Who is next? Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker is next. Sweet Pea. Now, one cannot consider the greatest lightweights of all time without talking about Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. After winning gold at the 1984 Olympics, he turned to the pro ranks to further his boxing career. Sweet Pea won 6 major world titles between 1989 and 1995, just 6 years, right? And competed in different weight classes. There is only a handful of fighters who could match his insane foot and hand speed. That is part of the reason why he is often called the greatest defensive fighter of all time. I give that to Willie Pep. Greatest defensive fighter of all time, yeah. But Sweet Pea is close, but I gotta get the nod to Willie on that one. Now, Sweet Pea was elusive, smart, and could make you miss and pay with ease. His statistics speak of his tremendous speed, mainly because he was among the few fighters to have ever landed 500 plus punches in one fight. Okay? Yes, he did. 500 punches in one fight. Sweet Pea did that. That's crazy, ain't it? Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie makes it. Paulie Malignaggi. Now, Paulie was the pinnacle of athleticism and hand speed during his prime. One of the most underrated welterweights on this list. Paulie's skill is often overlooked. He managed to find the perfect combination of hand and foot speed to build a well-rounded technique. Paulie turned pro at the age of 20. A record of 44-8 speaks of his prowess, with notable wins over fighters such as fellow speedster Zab Judah. In an interview with Premier Boxing Champions, Paulie described his speed as very particular. He emphasized that he always tried to combine his speed with preciseness to avoid wasting energy. Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. is going to be in the ring this weekend, too. Yep, Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. is a classy American southpaw who fights in the featherweight division, still active. Early in his career, Russell was a 2008 Olympian and identified as one of the most exciting prospects. After a successful amateur career, Russell turned to the pro ranks. As one of the few active fighters on this list, Russell Jr. would look to bounce back from his latest defeat to Mark Marcel this Saturday. And that was in 2022 when he fought Marcel. This Saturday. Yep. Gary Russell, back in the ring. Okay, Willie Pep. The will o' the wisp. Willie Pep. The technique was talking about as the fastest of all time, Willie Pep. He's up there. I call him as definitely the best defensive fighter of all time. Willie Pep was elusive. Once won a round without throwing a punch. Won it on defense and ring generalship. Okay? The will-o'-the-wisp, Willie Pep. Now, Willie Pep was one of the most dominant featherweights during the 1940s. He utilized his agile footwork and impressive hand speed to outwork his opponents. Pep came from a difficult childhood when the effects of the Great Depression were still present. Some people even described his footwork as similar to tap dancing, which speaks to how impressively he moved. Pep built up one of the most incredible records of all time. He ended a 26-year-long career with a record of 229 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. Now, it is important to note that boxers in the past had much bigger fight records than they do now. Okay, because you had to fight a lot because you wasn't getting paid that much. A lot of fighters back then had 9 to 5 jobs. They had regular jobs, carpenters, janitors, whatever, security guards, because, they wasn't making that much money in the ring. Okay, you had to really be a big name to get the big money fights. Okay, back in those days. Now, the career in which he boxed almost 2,000 rounds, Willie Pep proved to be one of the most elusive speedsters ever. With such incredible achievements, it is no wonder that he is probably the best featherweight of all time. Willie Pep, the will-o'-the-wisp, Hector Macho Camacho. The Puerto Rican professional was one of the most charismatic fighters. He was smooth, moved, and thought with incredible finesse and speed. He was a trademark flamboyant fighter and was always entertaining to watch. Hector tragically passed away in 2012 after being shot outside a bar. And I told y'all, part of Hector's legacy is that skirt, or whatever they call it. That's part of his legacy. He was the first one to come in there with that on. Okay, Hector was Hector Camacho. Okay. Now, Hector moved through 3 weight divisions, fighting in the featherweight and lightweight variations. He held titles in all 3 divisions and retired with an excellent record, losing only 6 fights in his 88 professional bouts. His legacy, however, will never be forgotten. Camacho had a long-standing career, competing in 3 different decades, 80s, 90s, and the 2010s. Hector Camacho. Meldrick Taylor. Before Meldrick Taylor turned pro, he built an amateur record that does not fail to impress. Taylor was a 2-weight world champion, fighting in the welterweight and junior middleweight division. Representing the United States, Taylor won a gold medal in the 1984 Olympic Games. Yeah, he was on that team, one of the greatest teams ever. Rivals at 1976 team. 84 might have been better than 76. That's saying something. Now, Taylor fought as a featherweight in the Olympics, but he moved up when he turned pro. He finally retired with a career record of 47 fights, winning 38 of them. Now, his most notable fight was against the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez. Their unification fight took place in 1990. In a fight that the Ring magazine later declared as the fight of the decade of the 90s, Taylor built up a steady lead on points over Chavez. Now, Chavez utilized his power and finally knocked Taylor down in the 12th and final round. At this time of this fight, Chavez came into this fight as seemingly invincible, something like 87-0, something like that. Now, Taylor got up from the knockdown, but did not respond to referee Richard Steele asking if he was okay. And Richard Steele stopped the fight with 2 seconds left, with Taylor a hit on all the cards. Chavez needing a knockout. Now, the only thing I say about this is he should have stopped it sooner if he was going to stop it. 2 seconds. What more damage can be done? And if he would have stopped it with like 12, 13, I would have agreed with it because Chavez was putting some heavy damage on Taylor at that point. But 2 seconds? No. You let it finish. The damage is already done with 2 seconds left. But I thought the fight should have been stopped, but sooner, than 2 seconds. Yeah. Ryan Garcia. Told you had some active fighters on here. Ryan Garcia makes it. Some of the fastest boxers of all time. Now, out of all the active fighters that are renowned for their speed, Ryan Garcia deserves mentioning, right? Now, Ryan Garcia's fights have been impressive. He uses a sharp check hook and a strong right to break his opponents down. His speed has often proved too much for many of his opponents. And he overcame former UK Olympian Luke Campbell after being knocked down early in the fight, right? Now, despite some doubts and controversies surrounding him, no one can disagree that Ryan Garcia possesses incredible hand speed. He is definitely someone to look out for in the near future in the sport of boxing. Yes, he is. Ryan Garcia, despite the controversies and stuff, still a good boxer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ryan is worth looking out for. Andre Berto. You often hear people say that a boxer should have retired earlier. In Andre Berto's case, it was the opposite. Berto was an entertaining speedster, but only fought 37 times in the pro ranks. His career spanned from 2004 to 2018, during which he won 32 of his fights. Now, fans rightfully feel that Berto had the potential to continue fighting, but this can only speak to how much of an entertaining fighter he was to watch. Berto was renowned for his speed. He possessed great speed and power. His fight against Floyd Mayweather showed Floyd's genius, as Berto never managed to utilize his speed or power. Nevertheless, he was a great boxer and loved by fans all around the world. If Floyd did what he did to a lot of fighters with Berto, took his greatest weapons away from him, Salvador Sanchez. The Mexican boxer had a tremendous career during which he dominated the featherweight division. He was often said to have all the elements needed to be a great boxer. Great speed and power, combined with a lethal counterpunching technique. Compared to other fighters on this list, Sanchez had a short career. It lasted only from 1975 to 1972. But in a total of 46 fights, he only lost a single fight. The Mexican boxer utilized his incredible speed to outwork his opponents bit by bit. And his career was short because he died in a car accident at 23. Still in the Hall of Fame. Still thought to be one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time, and still thought to be one of the greatest featherweights of all time. If he had continued his career, he would definitely be the best Mexican fighter and the best featherweight. Wouldn't nobody even be able to dispute it. Okay, BN Boxing News says, I'm still here in New Orleans this weekend. And in Caraco next week. Told y'all, BN Boxing News could be anywhere. You're going to be in Caraco next week. Salute BN Boxing News. Appreciate you, bro. Okay. Yeah. Berto. Yes, Floyd took his best weapons away from him. Vasily Lomachenko. Winding down there. Talk about a few active fighters. Then we're going to talk about the best fighter in every weight class. Okay. Now, Lomachenko took the boxing world after the formidable amateur career. What he had, like 3,000 amateur fights. No, 300. 300 and something and one. It has been a long time since we saw a fighter as technically sound as Lomachenko was. He utilized every possible weapon in his arsenal to outclass his opponents. Now Loma dances in the ring, creating angles effortlessly and at an impossible pace. He moves so fast that his opponents can barely keep up. He has a lightning quick jab and incredible movement. He is so defensively skilled that his opponents rarely connect. Loma was an incredible talent. Not only did he slip well, but he used his defense to set up the perfect offense. His counterpunching would not have been nearly as effective had it not been for the pace with which he fought. And what turned a lot of people against Loma was because in his second fight, he got a title shot, right? And he lost. And then in his third fight, he got another title shot, right? So people was like, what in the hell is going on with this? Who is this guy? You know, he shouldn't even got the title shot in the second fight. He lost. Then they gave him another one in his third fight. So that turned a lot of people against Loma, including me, you know, for the rest of his career. But it wasn't his fault he got the favoritism, you know. I mean, his grandfather, the Bob father, you know, I don't know. I just couldn't understand that, though. The man got his title shot in the second fight and lost, and then got another one in his third fight. Like, we're going to make sure he get a title. So that's kind of like, you know, turned a lot of people against Loma, including me. But it wasn't his fault he's getting the favoritism. But still, it wasn't right. Just like Manny Pacquiao Saturday getting the title. Coming back, ain't fought since 2021, getting a title shot. Berrios, you got to win this fight. Got to. Got to. Because I'm telling y'all, if Manny wins, we ain't going to be able to bear it. Man, he's going to be the greatest thing since they invented the International Space Station. So Berrios has to win it. Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Berrios has to win this fight. Thomas Hearns fought in an era when the four kings ruled the division, ruled boxing. Between Hearns, Hagler, Duran, and Leonard, they produced some of the greatest fights ever. Hearns is often overlooked due to the losses he suffered. But nothing can take away from the fact that this man had hands, and a serious one at that right hand. For example, in his fight with Hagler, his speed was evident. For every punch Hagler landed, albeit more powerful, Hearns landed at least 3 or 4, but Hagler's was more powerful. Hearns threw blistering combinations on the inside and could hide behind a stiff jab if he needed to. Overall, the Hitman was a great fighter who fought smartly and used his speed for ripping his opponents apart, piece by piece. The Hitman, Thomas Hearns. Oscar De La Hoya. Just got a couple more, then we're going to talk. The best fighter in every weight class. Oscar De La Hoya makes for the speed guys. The Golden Boy was not the best known speedster of his era. Oh yeah, I want to say this. They always talk, people quick to talk about people's chin suspect. But you gotta look who they get knocked out by. Like for example, they said Kenny Norton had a bad chin. But Kenny Norton was knocked out 4 times. 3 of them. George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, Jerry Cooney. The 4th one was like early in his career when he was still developing. But if you get knocked out by George Foreman, Jerry Cooney, and Ernie Shavers, that you cannot say that person had a bad chin. Okay. George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, Jerry Cooney knocked. It's a lot of people got bad chins then because they knocked out a hell of a lot of people. So that knock on Ken Norton is false. Getting knocked out by George Foreman, Jerry Cooney, and Ernie Shavers does not signify having a bad chin. But some people are so quick to put their label on fighters. But you got to look at who knocked them out before you can call the chin bad, right? If you get knocked out by people consistently got just 2 or 3 knockouts in 20 fights, then yeah, you probably got a bad chin. But getting knocked out by Jerry Cooney, Ernie Shavers, and George Foreman does not signify you have a bad chin, okay? Not at all. But back to the Golden Boy. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, Oscar was not the best known speedster of his era, but he utilized it to avoid being left off this list. Oscar was a big puncher, but power alone cannot take you all the way. Oscar used fast combinations to set up his power punch. That's how he fooled those referees. He was windmilling against Floyd against the ropes. He was throwing them punches so fast. He fooled one judge, gave him the fight. But yeah, he was missing a lot of those punches in the Floyd fight. But Oscar was throwing so fast and so many, one judge actually gave him the fight. Now, Oscar moved well, and destruction followed when he let his hands go. This made Oscar a deadly force inside the ring, and that left hook was deadly too. The Golden Boy won 11 world titles in 6 different weight classes throughout his career. He's number 2 behind Manny. During his prime, Oscar was one of the most entertaining fighters. He retired from boxing with a record of 39 wins, 6 losses. Yet Oscar was the face of boxing. I think between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather, Oscar was the face, right? Yeah. Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy. The Monster. Naoya Inoue. Talking about speed. I actually had him on here somewhere. There's the Monster. You no need to hold him there. The Monster. Inoue is another one of the boxers who firmly sits in the top 5 of any current credible pound for pound list, from today's fight. He made his boxing debut in 2012 and then stormed the professional ranks. Current undisputed super bantamweight champion, also was undisputed at bantamweight, 118. Currently undisputed at 122, right? The Monster boasts an incredible 29-0, something like that, record. Let me see. I gotta know. I don't know why I didn't get this before. Really, it's only take a second. I gotta get his record. That'll be right. The Monster. The Monster Bakre. No, that ain't gonna come. Naoya Inoue. I can't put the Monster Bakre. Naoya. It might come up, but I'm gonna try Naoya Inoue. Think if I put the Monster Box record to come up, but there it is. Yeah, he's currently. The Monster is currently. Yeah, I was 30-0. With 27 by the knockout route. 30-0. 27 knockouts for the Monster right now. Okay, so now let's continue. We get ready to talk about the best fighter in every weight division. Terry Akers in the building. That's my favorite sister-in-law, Terry Akers. What's up, Terry? Oh, you was babysitting? Okay. I excuse you. Miss Cass was saying, was Terry here yesterday? I said, no, she said she'd probably be here today. She know her sister. Y'all talked earlier. You told her you was coming today. How could she know that? Yeah, y'all talked earlier, trying to play me. She said, yeah, Terry would be there, probably be there today. She already knew you was coming today. But salute, Terry. Let's continue. Naoya Inoue. Yeah, they talked earlier. Okay. Yeah, 30-0, 27 knockouts for the Monster right now. Now he's known for his strength, but he also possesses formidable speed, right? The Monster. We got Guillermo Rigondeaux. He's a Cuban boxer. He was an amateur legend. 374 wins and 12 losses as an amateur. Wow. And his time in the amateur ranks made him one of the few fighters to win 2 gold medals in 2000 and 2004, respectively. Wow. He was a bantamweight star in the pros. He was a serious force to be reckoned with during his prime. He moved smoothly in the bantamweight class, Cuban style, classic Cuban style, had incredible hand speed, right? And there are a lot of uncertainties about the 41-year-old's career, right? He is retired now, though. They wasn't sure whether he was retired or what Guillermo Rigondeaux was going to do. Bud Crawford. Now, Bud sits comfortably at the top of the current pound-for-pound listing, on most lists. He is one of the greatest active fighters and still undefeated, 41-0 with 31 knockouts. He's currently WB something at junior middleweight. WB something at junior middleweight, right? 41-0. Got a big, massive showdown coming up with Canelo Alvarez in September. I got Canelo in that one. Yeah. I got Canelo in that one. Curry says, yes, they did talk earlier. And Miss Cass tried to act like she was just guessing. She'd probably be. She already knew. Okay. Next, that monster from Baltimore, Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most exciting fighters in the world today. As a lightweight, Tank possesses exceptional knockout power and is a devastating force to be reckoned with. That's what makes him so exciting, because he gets knockouts. His speed is, however, one of his best qualities, and he is often not given credit for his speed and boxing ability because he knocks him out so much. People overlook how good of a boxer this guy is. Tank is a magnificent counterpuncher, right? He forms part of a stacked lightweight division right now. We just talked about that in the beginning. That was our top 10 rankings today. Tank is part of that stacked lightweight division right now. And fans eagerly await to see what will happen. And Davis Roach 2 coming up. I think. Nonito Donaire. I think this is the final one of the next to the last one. Nonito Donaire. We're gonna talk about the best fighter in every weight class. We're gonna get some late time. Okay. Nonito Donaire is rightfully known today as a Filipino Flash. Despite having suffered 2 losses to bantamweight star Naoya Inoue, the monster, Donaire is still active, I guess. This speaks volumes about his incredible hand speed and sharp footwork. Donaire has held titles in 4 weight divisions, right? From flyweight all the way up to featherweight. During his impressive career, the Filipino Flash has won 42 of 49 fights, 28 by knockout. To add to this list of significant achievements, Donaire is one of the few boxers to hold a world title in 3 different decades. Okay, 2000s, 2010s. What's up, Big Dre? Hashtag JBT. It's just boxing talk. Salute, Big Dre. That's the spokesperson for the JBT right there, Big Dre. Okay, hashtag JBT. We're talking about some of the best, fastest fighters of all time, Big Dre. And appreciate you, Big Dre, and the color in there. Salute. Okay. Okay, we got a appreciation for that color Big Dre just put in there. Appreciate you, Big Dre. So we was at the meet and greet, and Big Dre and Miss Cass was dancing, and Big Dre was like, "Don't get mad, Cass." I was like, "Thank you, Big Dre. They keep her from getting me out there. Stay out there." Yeah, I was glad. Kept her off of me. Wearing trying to get me to dance. Because I don't have 2 left feet. I got 3 left feet. Yeah, I was happy. I was like, yeah, Big Dre, stay out there for the whole time we in here. Appreciate you, 1,000%. Okay, yeah, we got one more. Amanda Serrano. And we're gonna get to these best in every division. Amanda Serrano, talk about some of the fastest boxers. Now, Amanda Serrano is arguably one of the greatest female boxers ever. She has been crowned champion in 7 weight classes. Watch out, Manny. Amanda's still active too. That's why Manny coming back. Amanda was getting too close to him. But she's been champion in 7 weight classes, right? Now, Serrano has shown her perfect power and speed throughout her pro career. So let's talk about some of the best in every weight category now. Okay. The best fighter in every weight category. The best fighter in every weight category. That's supposed to jump right in there. Okay. Hey, it is right. Yeah, okay. All right, let's get into this. The best fighter in every weight category. Yes, that's what I meant. Some of these phones talk to you like that. Did you mean this? Then I sit there and say yes, like I'm talking back to a person. I don't know what's going on. But how's everybody this Thursday afternoon? Well, I know what's going on. We're getting back to the week, another weekend again, and some more live boxing. Manny Pacquiao back in the ring this weekend. That's a joke to me. Bear with me for a moment, please. I'm just hoping, and I mean praying. If you're a praying person, pray that Berrios wins this fight, man. Because if man wins it, man, I'm telling you. We are not going to ever hear the end of it. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing, man. Okay, I got to restart this. Okay. But tomorrow, I think the profile tomorrow is going to be Esteban de Jesus. Okay. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, we're going to talk about Esteban on tomorrow. Had a great show yesterday. The hardest punches of all time. If anybody didn't see that, that is one to go back and watch. That was a great. I'm telling you now. Out of my 454 shows, that's probably about the best one I ever done. Yeah. We had all the big fun. Then we had a special thing on. We had to separate Liston and Shavers. Not the hardest, as the 2 scariest punches of all time, right? I told you the story about Sylvester Stallone when he was making Rocky. One of the Rockies, I forget which one it was. Might have been the first one, I don't know. The one that Mr. T was in. Before Mr. T got the role, he had Ernie Shavers in to audition for that role, right? So they were sparring, and Ernie Shavers was taking it easy on Rocky, on Sylvester Stallone. So Sylvester Stallone told Ernie, stop taking it easy and show me something. So Ernie hit him one time in the side with a real punch, and Sylvester Stallone had to go back there and throw up and flew Ernie Shavers home after that. Ernie wasn't getting that part. That's how hard Ernie Shavers punched. Ernie said after he threw that punch, Sylvester Stallone went to the back and threw up and then flew him home. That was the end of it. Sylvester Stallone said, Mr. T got it. Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can get this up. I don't know what's going on here. I was just reading it like 10 minutes to 2. Murphy's Law. And then Sonny Liston. Everybody might not have heard this one. Sonny Liston hit a man doing sparring that had headgear on with a jab. But Sonny Liston knows such everything is a power punch. Sonny Liston, jab, whatever. But he hit the man with the jab doing sparring. He busted the man's headgear and knocked out 3 teeth. Okay? The punch went through the headgear and knocked out 3 teeth. Okay? That's how hard Sonny was punched. Okay. I was just looking at it before there. Oh, there it is right there. I smacked it real hard and it came up. That was crazy. It wouldn't come up, then I smacked it and it came up. Okay. You know who it is at heavyweight, right? Do we have to discuss that one? Greatest boxer in each weight category. Heavyweight. Muhammad Ali. No brainer. Not only was Ali one of the greatest fighters of all time, but perhaps the sportsman of the 20th century. Fought and beat everyone in the golden age of the division, the greatest era ever in the 1970s. Firmly ensconced as number 1. And it's difficult to see that ever change. Okay? But we got to give an honorable mention to Joe Louis. Cruiserweight. Evander Holyfield. Best boxer in every weight category. Cruiserweight. Evander Holyfield. Well, Ali was 56 and 5, 37 knockouts. Holyfield 44 and 10, 2 draws, 29 knockouts. Another certain pick. The depth of great fighters in the cruiserweight division is somewhat lower than others because cruiserweight has been around since like the late 70s, early 80s. And cruiserweight has always been like just a rest stop from light heavyweights on the way to heavyweight. Still is really just a rest stop. Come to cruiserweight and make the jump to the big boys, heavyweight, the big money. Yeah. But Holyfield is the best ever cruiserweight. Okay. Holyfield remained in the division long enough to unify the title, become undisputed in there at cruiserweight. Light heavyweight is Ezzard Charles. Okay. Second best, Archie Moore. Ezzard Charles beat him 3 times. Okay. Ezzard Charles was really a middleweight. But the best ever light heavyweight, Ezzard Charles. Number 2 is Archie Moore. And I made a mistake and put Archie Moore's picture on there instead of Ezzard Charles. But Archie Moore is number 2. Ezzard Charles is 1. Super middleweight, Joe Calzaghe. Best ever super middleweight, Joe Calzaghe. We'll get some link time after this. 46-0, 32 knockouts. The long-reigning Welshman's main weakness is a perceived lack of quality opponents and a reluctance to leave the UK to fight in the United States, partly a promotional issue. This was thankfully somewhat rectified in the last few years of his career. I think the only time he fought over here was B-Hop and Roy Jones, wasn't it? I think Define Arnie knows he's going to correct me if he's still in here when the link come up. But yeah, I think his last 2 fights was in the United States, and that was the only ones. We need to go right past middleweight, or do I have to say it? The best ever middleweight of all time? Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And that's actually his name, not a nickname. Because during his career, the commentators and news people, for some reason, wouldn't call him Marvelous. So Hagler went out and changed his name legally to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Okay, so now you gotta call me that because that's my name. Right. I don't know why they wouldn't call him that. 62 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 52 knockouts for Hagler. It could be Harry Graham or Sugar Ray Robinson or Carlos Mazan, but my heart says Hagler, right? For that middle, this helps too. Never fought in any other division. For that middleweight his entire career. And he was a dominant champion for 7 years against great fighters in a title of Sugar Ray Leonard. And deserved a rematch. And Leonard would not give him. Okay. Marvin Hagler. Controversial pick because a lot of people say Sugar Ray Robinson, a lot of people say Harry Graham, a lot of people say Carlos Monzon. But Sugar Ray Robinson is like number 5 at middleweight because he took a lot of L's in the 50s at middleweight. That's what he's known at. But middleweight, them great middleweights in the 50s was beating Sugar Ray on a regular basis. Go look at it. Yes, they was. He lost to 4 or 5 different middleweights in the 50s. So yeah. At middleweight, Hagler, Monzon, Graham, whatever you want to put him, Sugar Ray is number 4. Okay? Yes, he is. Okay, let's go to junior middleweight. The body snatcher, Mike McCallum. The body snatcher, Mike McCallum. 49 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 36 knockouts. The body snatcher was at his best at junior middleweight, 1984 to 1988. A silky smooth boxer with good power and a granite chin. Too good for his own good in the late 80s. Not a big enough draw to entice Leonard, Hearns, etc. into the ring, so he never got a chance to become a star. His stoppage of the knockout King Julian Jackson and one-punch finish of Donald Curry are highlights. Okay, yeah. He was kind of overshadowed by the 4 Kings in the 80s, so, like Donald Curry was. Now, here's where Sugar Ray Robinson belongs, number 1 at welterweight. Not middleweight, welterweight, okay? Welterweight. Sugar Ray number 1 at welterweight, I had no argument with you. 174 wins, 19 losses, 6 draws, 109 knockouts. The greatest pound-for-pound fighter ever was at his best at welterweight. Enough said. Okay, go to the next one. Junior welterweight. The Hawk. Honorable mention Julio Cesar Chavez, but the Hawk. Okay, Aaron Pryor at junior welterweight. I don't know what happened to the write-up on him, but lightweight. Wait for it. The Hands of Stone. I don't even need to talk about that. But only problem, that ain't Roberto Duran. There he is. The best ever at lightweight, Manos de Piedra. The Hands of Stone was at his best at lightweight, reigning for 6-12 knockouts in title fights. Exited the division after unifying the title against arch rival Esteban de Jesus with a record of 54-1 in the 70s. Esteban de Jesus is the profile of Mar. Roberto Duran total record 103 wins, 16 losses, 70 knockouts. Okay. Junior lightweight. This was tough. I wanted to say Alexis Arguello, but I couldn't bypass Floyd. Honorable mention Alexis Arguello. Floyd, junior lightweight, 130. Love him or hate him, there's no doubting. Floyd had immense talent. Beat the excellent Gennaro Hernandez for the title. Made 8 defenses, who was 33-0. But I said it was a tight one. Another day, I might say Alexis Arguello. Right? But today is Floyd. Featherweight. Willie Pep. If Salvador Sanchez had an entire career, it would definitely be him. but Willie Pep at featherweight. Okay. A two-time 229 wins. Well, Floyd 50-0. Okay. For his career. Pep 229-11. 241 fight career. He lost less than 2% of those fights. 241 fights. That's crazy. A two-time champ between 1942 and 1950, and a remarkable defensive fighter. At one stage, Willie Pep's record stood at 134 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. He won the first 62 fights of his career, took a loss, then won the next 72 in a row. 134-1 at one point in his career. Super bantamweight, Wilfredo Gomez. Wilfredo Gomez, 122. Best ever. 44 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. 42 knockouts. Ooh, that's a serious knockout rate there. Man, I gotta stop this, man. I just can't go past a knockout rate like that. And I've done his before. 95.4%. Wow. 95.4%. Bazooka. After having a draw in his first fight of his career, Gomez knocked out the next 32 opponents he faced before losing to Salvador Sanchez in his 34th fight. Wow. Never lost at super bantamweight and made 17 consecutive title defenses, all by stoppage. Do I need to say any more about him being the best ever super bantamweight? I don't think so. Bantamweight is Ruben Olivares. Him and Carlos Zarate was close, but Ruben got the nod. This was one of the hardest divisions to pick from, right? Like I said, another day here, it might be either Joffrey. Another day it might be Carlos Zarate, but today it's Ruben Olivares. But bantamweight was hard, man, 118. Flyweight, the mighty Atom, Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward first started fighting in the pros at 99 pounds, right? And is thought of as one of the best pound-for-pound punchers ever in the sport. Never fought over 112. Okay? But see, back then, flyweight was the cutoff point. We didn't have junior flyweight or minimum weight. And he fought at flyweight at 99 pounds. Wasn't even 100 pounds. They call him the Mighty Atom. He is like one of the top punchers, pound for pound of all time. Little guy like that. And then strawweight, of course. I didn't have to go through this with y'all. Strawweight, Finito, the great Ricardo Lopez. Finito. There it is. Those were the greatest boxers in every weight class. Another day it might be different because some of them was very razor-thin decisions. But yeah, Ricardo Lopez is a no-brainer. Some of them are just no-brainers. Okay, let's get some link time if anybody is interested. Hit the link. Let's see. All you gotta do is hit it. All are welcome. This was today some of the fastest punchers of all time and the best puncher in every weight class. Tomorrow is the life and career of Esteban de Jesus, the only man to beat Roberto Duran in the 70s. And guess what? Esteban de Jesus is not even in the Hall of Fame. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I still think he's in there. I'm reading that wrong. How can Esteban de Jesus not be in the Hall of Fame? I don't understand that. That's one of the worst ones. Yeah. Esteban de Jesus not in there. But he's not. I did a show one time on it. Most deserving guys that should be in there. That's now he was at the top of the list. I couldn't believe it. And shoot, he retired like in the 80s. So if they haven't put him in there all these years, because I think like baseball, like other sports, don't after a certain amount of time, you probably get dropped off from consideration. So I guess by now they're not even considering Esteban anymore, right? I mean, after all these years, they haven't did it. So I did not understand that one. Man had a great career. Beat Roberto Duran. The only one to do it in the 70s. He should have been in the Hall of Fame just off of that. Damn it. I was mad about that when I first found out, too. What to call him up? Like Hall of Fame. Why is Esteban? Why y'all don't have Esteban de Jesus in there? That's to see what I mean, what is the criteria for getting in there? If Esteban ain't in there, what is it? What do you have to do? Man, and I see people in there that's less required than him, less whatever than him. But he's not. So, but yeah, we're gonna talk about him tomorrow more. And then we got like 3 or 4 cards Saturday. I know Usyk and Dubois. That's this weekend. Yep. That one. I think we got one from a couple of them from England. Yep. So another big weekend. They should have put one of those cards on tonight. Instead of all of that going on in one day, Saturday. That was ridiculous. And I wasn't going to get Manny and Burial, so they got a couple other good fights on the card. Pitbull is on that card, and somebody else is on that I wanted to see. Oh, Gary Russell Jr. is on there too. So I'll probably get it. Not for Manny and Burials, though. Not for that fight. Yeah, I like Pitbull, but he couldn't beat Rayo though. He shouldn't have had that title shot in the first place against Rolly. That was his first fight in the division. He wasn't a champion at 135, so how do you move to another? But the boxing is just all messed up. No way Pitbull should have went to a new division and got a title shot, but he did. Just like Manny having fought since 2021 and coming back. First fight is a title shot. He should have started at the bottom against the number 55th contender, not the champion. You haven't fought in 3 years, but you come back in your first fight is against the world champion. Very ill. Anybody know where I can get some PEDs from though? And have Burial's address? Because Manny gonna be full to the gills with PEDs. Burial's better level that playing field. Y'all know Manny gonna be full of them. He was using them when he was young, so he's almost 50. He's definitely gonna be using them now. Yeah. Burial's team should have had the strictest type of drug testing known to mankind for this fight. Manny Pacquiao, almost 50. The same man that ran through 8 weight classes. Just jumping through them, taking his speed, power, everything with him. The same man that wouldn't take the drug test with Floyd, but said he was scared of needles, but had tattoos all over his body. That Manny Pacquiao, right? Now he's 48 years old, fighting, and somebody gonna tell me he's not on PEDs? Come on, man. I'm sorry, Manny. That's just what I think. I could be wrong, though. He might be clean. I hope he don't win this fight, though. I really do. Because, man. And I just can't imagine if Manny wins. Whew. And they're gonna be. And then these half-ass content creators, man, they're gonna be. Oh, Manny, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. He's better than Ali. I can hear him now, man. I can hear him now. He could move up to heavyweight and beat Ali. Mm-hmm. Can't you hear him now, Define Arnie? Wait a minute, what happened? Define Arnie was up there and he disappeared. Let's see. I like Manny though. I don't want him to win this fight, sir. But I like him. But he's 40-something years old, man. He don't need to be still boxing. What's up, Define Arnie?
How you guys doing?
Okay, it's just me and you, that's all. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm sorry.
What's your thoughts on this situation Saturday, man?
Which one?
Manny Barrios.
Man, I just don't want anything bad to happen to Manny. That's about it, you know. And I'll be happy even if he gets his ass whooped, but nothing bad happens to him, you know. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, no, nothing bad. I just want him to lose. But you know, I don't think he deserved it. How does he get a title shot, man?
I mean, I get it. I understand where you're coming from, obviously, but I mean, if there's a guy you can make an exception for, is Manny. Is it right? No, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, if you think about,
what about the guys in the division competing? They're supposed to be, but you know, fighting.
I mean, I understand that, but on the flip side, I mean, if you look at it from Manny's point of view, right? Like, at that age, you really can't put him with anybody other than a champion because you're gonna mess up whatever plans are there. You know, he's probably gonna get his ass whooped against one of these youngsters. So you gotta put him right away with the champion. You know,
you're right. That's a good point. That is a great point. What's up, Pearl, sir? Yeah, that's a very good point right there. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Who's that? Irony?
Yeah, that's the
yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother? God bless.
It's chilling, man. It's chilling.
We was talking about the fight, Manny and Barrios, sir. What you think about that one, Pearl?
I got Barrios, but you know, like I wouldn't be surprised if Manny wins. But I'm with you, Cass, bro. Like I mean, you don't deserve this title shot, but he's Manny, bro. He's got the name,
right?
He's got the connections.
That's
it is
right.
what it is, bro. It's like Devin getting a shot at Brian Norman, bro. Like, what's up with
That's
all the
right.
all the other dudes, you know?
That's very true. Yeah, we got to deal with it.
What are you gonna do?
That's the boxing politics.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you picking Barrios?
Yeah. Just it's just like Manny's Manny, so you never know. But I mean, like Father Time,
he's undefeated.
He's not like a Bernard. He's kept himself active. He was in the game.
Not at all.
That's right.
Just, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Barrios, and youth has to be served, as they say.
Yeah. What you think, Manny need the money or just love the sport like that?
Partly the money, because he's always been I wouldn't say pressed for money. He's just like he's always had the back in his younger days he was a big gambler and he found the Lord and he stopped doing that, but he's always been very generous with his money.
That's right.
So he gives a lot of it away. So
yeah.
I mean, it could be money, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. It's just that boxer mentality, man. It's just they always think they have that one last one. And for me, his last one was Keith Thurman,
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And
that was it. Go ahead, Define on.
When the rumor started and whatever, the fight that I saw made sense for him was a rematch with Floyd because obviously they're both in the same age bracket and everything. Yeah. But other than that, bro.
A Floyd Manny exhibition would be big money, man.
Yeah, I think it would.
I would buy that.
Of course.
Why don't they do that? I don't get it.
Personally, I wouldn't buy it, but
I don't think Floyd is interested.
It's gonna be more to say. It's gonna be even worse than the first one.
Yeah.
They're both old.
Big numbers,
But it'd be numbers, I think there's a market out there for it,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably buy it, but I understand your point, Puro.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I just Floyd and Manny, one of my favorite fighters. I just like to remember about how they used to be, not what they are. You know?
Understood. That's a good point. Yeah.
That's just me.
I mean, you can do that, bro. People do that with Ali, with Roy Jones, with Leonard, with plenty of people, and people remember. I certainly do that. I don't, if I'm thinking about Sugar Ray Leonard, I don't go to the Camacho fight or the Norris fight. I go to the Hearns, Duran, all the rest of them, right? Donny Lalonde, etc. So, I mean, I just think you have that choice,
Yeah, for sure. It's like when Mike fought Jake Paul. I saw all the other fights, and then when Jake Paul came on, I turned on Mike and Razor Ruddock.
I didn't watch that either, Puro. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, that was smart. That was smart.
I thought what was going to happen, what happened was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's for money. It's a money grab. Jake Paul's a money guy.
I didn't want to see that.
Whatever, man.
What y'all think about the other big one, Usyk and Dubois this weekend?
I got Usyk.
You got Usyk?
I got Usyk, but I got a bad feeling, bro.
Yeah, you always been saying that.
I got Usyk.
Yeah.
I got Usyk too in this one.
Yeah. But they got some good fights on that Barrios Pacquiao.
Oh yeah.
They got a rematch versus Pitbull and Fierro.
I'm looking
forward to that one.
That's why I'm getting it.
Joette and Brandon. I'm looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah.
You and Fondora.
Fondora and Zoo, I'm looking forward to as well.
Yeah.
So good boxing this weekend.
Yeah, I wasn't going to
do rematch.
I seen Pitbull and Gary Russell them one. I said I'll get it, but not for
Magsayo is on that card too. Mark Magsayo and Gary Russell.
Sure is. Yep, sure is.
I think they're trying to set up like a rematch. That's how they usually do it.
Yeah,
I think so, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it looks like. That'd be a great fight, man.
I don't mind it.
Like Gary Russell with one hand was doing really well. I still thought Magsayo pulled it off, but I mean, it was a very close fight.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was.
Gary Russell's one of my favorites, man. He's a good fighter.
I thought they would have had.
Didn't he like a layoff or something? Didn't he have like a layoff or something?
You got that shoulder injury in that same fight. He hadn't been in the ring since. But I'm assuming
that was 2022. 2022.
Yeah, shoulder injuries though. It's like pitchers. It's like Tommy John surgery.
Yeah,
right now though.
Yeah, for sure. But I think we'll eventually get it, which is cool.
Yeah, I think probably so. Yeah. To everybody, I got Usyk. I got it probably going away after that. Whatever happened on that knockdown in Usyk, I got this fight going. What happened after that?
All right. I'm just hoping for a competitive fight. That'd be nice. He's been looking good. Dubois has been improving every fight. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hopefully a good fight. That's all I'm hoping for.
And then
which one do you think is the best? Which one do you think is going to be the best of the Pacquiao Barrios card?
Pitbull and Fierro.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's going to be Fondora and Team Sioux personally.
Oh yeah, they're on the same card.
Damn, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's the co-main. That's the co-main. Yeah,
that's gonna be a good one.
I forgot about that one. Damn.
Who you got on that one?
That's tough.
It's either or. It's one of the two rematches. It's one of the two rematches, So
I got
yeah.
this time, Puro.
I got Fondura. I got Fondura in 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that fight. Wow. That is a great card, man. Wow.
Yeah, you guys had stoppages or do you think decision?
I got stoppage from Duran 10.
Woo.
I'm gonna say Sioux decision. I'm gonna say Sioux stoppage round 11.
All right.
But I like it.
That's a good fight.
Yeah. That's the best one on the card. I forgot about that one. I had said a little bit. I'll say that one.
I think Pitbull and Fierro's gonna steal the show though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be
probably. I mean, I don't think that's gonna go to decision again. Somebody's gonna go on this one. If they fight the same way, bro, like somebody's gotta go.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm gonna say Pitbull decision on that one. I'm gonna say decision Pitbull on that one.
But it's gonna be fan friendly, whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Them two, yeah. I got Pitbull.
Yeah, they don't know.
Decision.
I'm gonna go Fierro. Fierro.
All right, cool.
You got Fierro by what? Stoppage or decision?
Yeah. I'm gonna go on a. Nah, I don't think he can stop him. I'll say decision, but he wobbles him a couple of times.
Yeah, it's hard to stop Pitbull. You know,
It is.
Got a good chin, good defense.
I put him up there in the Canelo
Long head,
category. Not hard to stop.
He's got
Not
that
quite,
small head.
but in that
He's got that small meatball type of head, you know, that's very hard, like a tennis ball, like a tennis ball.
Yeah. Keeps his chin tucked really well. Keeps his chin tucked really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does. Man. Yeah. All you can see is his eyes over top of the high guard.
Yeah, all you can see is his eyes ready for that attack.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you.
I think we're gonna have some good fights. And then the Manny fights tomorrow.
Yeah. It's this week. It's
Yeah,
a Friday.
all of them.
It's on Friday. It's on Friday. Oh, all of them.
Oh,
are on
no,
Friday.
no, Manny, no. Usyk Dubois is Saturday, and Bam Cafu is Saturday, and Manny and Pacquiao. Manny Saturday. No way, that's Friday.
It's on Friday. It's on Friday.
We got a couple from London too. It's like 4 cards.
I'll check it out, I guess.
I'm gonna check it out too because he got that doubt in my head. But I'm like, I sworn that one's on Friday, brothers.
They should put one on Friday. Like 4 of them
Right?
all together.
All those on Friday.
Stuff, you know, on the.
It's a women's card from London. I forgot.
Because otherwise you're gonna have. Otherwise, you're gonna have Bam and them boys at the same hour, you know.
Oh, okay, no, I think you're right. I think it's Saturday. I think you're right. I think it's Saturday.
What day is Bam on, Define?
Which one's on Friday? I could have sworn someone was on Friday. Maybe I'm just mistaken.
Like,
What day is Bam?
that was Taylor and Serrano. Fumalele Kafu, another champion is from South Africa. I haven't seen too much.
What day is Bam? Brother,
Saturday.
Saturday.
I think they're all on Saturday.
I think
what
that's on the zone. That one is on the zone. The Bam Rodriguez is on the zone, Cass.
The zone, yeah. That's the zone. They should have put something on Friday. All these fights.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Most definitely. I don't know why.
That's a lot of action for one weekend.
Yeah, that's 3 cards, man.
And I think it's one from London too. A women's fight, a women's card, a women's fight headline. I forgot who they were. From London. Mm-hmm. I think that's early in the day though. So, yeah. Okay, but what else y'all fellows got? We're gonna get ready to get out of here now.
Let's see. Let me see. What else we got? What else? I think that's about it, brother.
What you got on the Canelo Bud, Puro?
I got Canelo decision.
Yeah, me too. I got him by decision.
Bud's tough cookie, man.
He got a big.
Like I don't think like most that's impossible. I think Bud has a chance because he's so good, but it's too big of a jump. It's his first time there. Canelo is extremely skilled.
Yeah.
It's like you just say Bud versus Bud, Canelo versus Canelo. It's just like 2 supremely skilled guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping for a really good fight, man, and I think both these guys can put that on.
You know, and he really coming from 147 because he only had one fight at 54. Remember? So that's a long.
Yeah. So it's a big jump, but I mean, like technically, like I said, it's 2, and it's not impossible. Canelo already did it once. If Canelo did it, Bud can do it. He's that skilled. He's that skilled.
But Canelo had fights in between, though.
Yeah, that's a fact too. And that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it so hard. It's just like it's like the last time would the best I guess example would be Donnie Lalonde versus Sugar Ray Leonard.
Right.
Sugar Ray Leonard was Sugar Ray Leonard, and Donnie Lalonde was mediocre at best.
Yeah,
you know, and he still dropped him.
Still put him down though.
He still put him down. So it's gonna be a tough one. I mean, like it's gonna be hard for me to unless like he fights longer than he's supposed to. Canelo ever get knocked out? So I don't think the knockout on Bud's end's in play, but nothing's impossible. Well, when you say something's impossible, you're interrupted by the first motherfucker to do it. Excuse my language.
Right.
And so I just hoping for a good fight.
12 rounds of good boxing. Okay,
exactly, man.
You got anything else to find on it? One?
Oh, Define Arnie dropped off, right, brother?
Okay. Okay, Pearl, appreciate you, bro.
No problem, Cass. Thank you for having me on, brother. It's been a
Okay.
cool minute, man. I'll check
Always,
you later.
man.
All right, peace
Okay.
out. God bless. Later, man.
Yes, sir. Same to you. Okay, that was Pearl and Defiant Arnie one. Okay, we're gonna call it a day now. Tomorrow is Esteban de Jesus, the profile. We're gonna talk about Esteban, the only man to beat Roberto Duran in the 70s. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. I can't get over that, man. I'm mad about that. I mean, and then all this time, I don't think he's gonna get in there. Man, I don't understand. I think he's still in there. I read that wrong. Esteban de Jesus got to be in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, if it's Monday through Friday at 2:00, it's the Box Story bringing you all that boxing history. Appreciate everybody 1000%. We'll be back tomorrow with Esteban de Jesus.